Today we're going to take a look at this, a boxed Nintendo Red Game Boy Pocket that apparently doesn't power on at all. But with all old handhelds like this, the real question is it actually dead or is it actually waiting for somebody to save it? On that note, let's crack on. So today I've actually got something pretty interesting to take a look at. This is a boxed Nintendo Game Boy Pocket which came from Stafford Computers, and apparently it does absolutely nothing. No power, no signs of life, completely dead. Sometimes these old handhelds just need a proper clean and a bit of love. Other times you open them up and discover complete carnage inside, where the batteries have leaked through the terminals onto the board and actually corroded the boards up. So today we're going to give this thing a proper once over and see whether it can be brought back to life. Before we open this up and have a look inside, let's look a bit about the history of the Game Boy Pocket. It was released back in 1996 and was basically Nintendo refining the original Game Boy formula. It was smaller, lighter and a much cleaner design, and honestly it looked far more modern than the original brick Game Boy. Nintendo also switched the batteries over to AAA batteries, improved the screen clarity, and the colour variants like this one, the red one, have become seriously collectible over the years. The problem is these things often had a hard life. Most of them lived in school bags, glove boxes, bedrooms, lofts, probably with batteries left inside for years. And battery corrosion is usually the one thing that kills these handhelds. Let's just open this up and have a look inside. It looks like it's still got the original instructions. It's got the original inlay, which is good. Here is the pocket, hopefully. And straight away, there's one problem straight away. The screen lens is not physically attached. So it's stuck in there, and what it does, it goes plop and falls off. So that is not good. We can sort that anyway. I do have some bits left over from when I used to do these. Let's just have a look at what else we've got inside here. So what's nice is we've got the compact video system, which is the instruction book for the Game Boy. Not that you need lots of instructions for this. There's only basically about 4 or 5 buttons, but there you go. It tells you everything here, which is quite cool. You've also got the consumer information and precautions booklet, the original registration card, some instructions for Super Mario Land, which is on the back. That looks like that is a poster. You see that? Now that is a cool poster. And on side you've got Donkey Kong and Wario. We've also got a Surface Force Fast Track, the authorised service centre for all Nintendo products. I wonder if they're still going. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick them back in the box to keep them safe. If, like me, you like building things, then make sure you pop along to PCB Way. They produce high quality custom PCBs perfect for replacement boards, prototypes or even your own retro products. So once you've got your project you want to build, all you got to do is simply click Add to Cart, which is this big green button on the right hand side. Once you've done that, you're presented with this new page here. Now it'll say here, we have detected 2-layer board at 45 by 51, etc. Depending on what board you got, obviously that changes. And as long as it says here 100% success, you're all good to go. Now there is a hyperlink at the top here for simple tutorial, which will give you some more information should you get lost. Now we do have some options we do need to set. The first one being, make sure you have the right country selected for your shipping costs, so you can make sure you're paying the right amount of postage to get it to your country. Now you got the quantity here, which is always set to 5, which is great because you've always got spares if things do actually go wrong on your build. Now also a couple of options down below which are worth looking at is here, which is your solder mask colour and also your silk screen colour. So your solder mask colour is the colour of the board, the silk screen colour is the colour of the words on the board. And last but not least, down the bottom here you can have assembly service if you want to get this board built. After you've done this, you click the button here, save to cart, it will then be processed. As you can see, the colour of the boards is absolutely excellent and the quality is second to none. Great job PCB Way. So whether you're into repairing a retro classic or just building something brand new, PCB Way is the way to go. So check out the link down below. And on that note, let's crack on. So at the moment, the parts we need is a screen lens. Now, apparently it doesn't power on, so I'm just going to have a look underneath here, and straight away I can actually see there is some battery corrosion. It's not the worst thing I've seen. Obviously you don't know how bad it is if it's gone inside or whether anybody's actually tried to clean this. Now, as you can probably see under there now, you can see there is corrosion, and you can see it is down near the bottom, so you don't know whether somebody has actually cleaned that off. And also behind there you can see on the other side it does look a lot cleaner, but there is still some corrosion in there. Now, it's not so bad. I do have new terminals. What we're going to do is we're going to strip this down. Now you need a Y driver. You can see there, see the screw? It's in the letter Y, and that also shows that this has not been repaired as well, because sometimes they put the different type screws in. So we're going to get this opened up. Oh, there you go. It's very, very clean inside. And in the battery, the board is very clean as well. Is to just pull this bit of plastic off like so. Now the screen connector, you just pop these two bits up here. You can use a little screwdriver if you want, if it makes it easier. Just like so, and that will allow you to take the ribbon out. But the board itself, I'm very impressed with it. It's very, very clean. Now the screws are just at the bottom there, and because we took this ribbon out here, we can just unplug it just like so. So now we have the main board, and you can see here it is absolutely pristine. There's a bit of dust around the speaker there, which we can clean off with a bit of IPAs and cotton wool buds. We'll clean these contacts as well while we're there. We'll also clean the contacts on the buttons. These terminals here just basically pull out. We can probably clean these later. But you can see that is probably where the issue lies here. Can you see there? That is covered in battery corrosion, and that's probably why it wasn't powering on. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove those others, and we're going to fit some new battery terminals just to be sure, and then it's done there, and it jobs are good, and it's going to be in good condition. But not only that, we're going to clean the power switch and test the power switch, because that is one of the main fail points on these Game Boys, is the power switch. So what you need to do is get your meter on continuity mode between this contact and this contact, and keep turning it on and off. You can tell that is working, but what I do like to do is to spray some IPA in here. See that little gap there? Spray some IPA and then keep waggling it backwards and forwards. And we'll just clean these contacts off again with some IPA. And now the next one's over here. Now, they weren't that dirty. Like I say, it is a very clean board. And now I've done that, what's next? Next is the contacts on these rubbers here. So to clean these, all you need is a piece of paper. You get them, you hold them straight, and you just drag them across. And see how you get that black line? They start off, you can see there, you see the shininess on it. That's not what you want. So when you drag them across, that shininess is now gone, as you can see. Just make sure you do each one. It's a really simple fix. And it does work. You can tell now they're not shiny anymore. Now what we'll do is we'll just put this back together and we'll give it a turn on and go.
Eventually.
So, shall we turn it on? Moment of truth. Let's stick some batteries in it. And there you go. It is actually working. Well, let's just put a game in anyway. So we'll turn it on with a game. We've got the Nintendo logo. It's probably difficult to see on there, but there you go. Job's a good one. Well, at least it's powering on now anyway, which it wasn't doing before. So the next thing we're going to do is just give this screen a clean off. So I'm just going to stick this lens cover back on. Smooth it down a bit. That looks absolutely fabulous. Look how much cleaner that looks now. And now the lens doesn't fall off. So there you have it. Game Boy saved. I'm going to leave the video. A big thank you to PCB Way for sponsoring this video. And also a big thank you to Stafford Computers for providing this Game Boy. Now, I've got plenty of other stuff coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to comment down below, even if it's hello. Also, don't forget to check out my YouTube buddies. I like to Captain Commodore, 8-Bit Retro Refix. Their links are always down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done already. That will notify you of any more videos coming out. I try to release one a week at least. So, on that note, I shall see you next time on Retro For You. See you soon, guys. Bye.